A thread by Soul War. Federals come out to play. Last night in Portland, War Zone showed me the quiet measures and actions taken by the federal authorities are working. Except for a brief sortie by the agents around 2:30 a.m., the entire night was this, the infamous scene from The Warriors. For one thing, it appears several of the companies or organizations sponsoring, supporting the nightly riots are no longer in evidence. I haven't seen or heard of any new gear being donated, handed out in 2 days. Oh, and Riot Ribs East Kaput. Riot Ribs, by the way, is, I don't know. I mean, they're a food vendor and they sell to Antifa. Isn't that great? From Andy No. After raising over 300K, Antifa pop-up kitchen Riot Ribs is suddenly announcing it is ceasing operations effective immediately. The Antifa group was lauded by local left-wing press, and even Congressman Blumenauer championed it and donated to it. All right, let's look here for a second. Urgent threads. Riot Ribs is dissolving completely. We have someone who is trying to profit off of our movement who continues to volunteer in the park pretending he's involved with Riot Ribs. This is so awesome. We still plan on giving all money back to the community, but we cannot safely continue to provide food right now. We are not abandoning this movement. We will continue to feed everyone, just not right now. This will be our last tweet. This is the best thing ever. They stole the money. Moving right along. That's just one company gone, absconding with about $300,000 in donations, I hear. How many more without inquiry or mention? Last night, the numbers were way down. I'd say by almost 60% from Monday's crowd. Huge gaps between clusters of protesters waiting for the riot to break out. As their diminished numbers milled about, the federal team was not idle. Their tactics shifted to adapt to the Marxist goon squad's latest methods of attack. The night after AG Barr showed a video of Antifa's fiery nature, we see this: agents wetting down the steps with a fire hose. All right, make it harder to set stuff on fire, make everything wet. Brilliant, love it. Now, for weeks, the nightly script has looked like this. The goon squads wait as the Black Lives Matter rally of Antifa moms and Wall of Vets dies down, and then they attack the courthouse to draw out the feds for their help, help, I'm being oppressed photo ops. Tonight, the feds broke the script. All right, how did they break the script, guys? All right, let's see here. Except for washing down the perimeter between the security fence and the courthouse to retard the setting of fires, they were a no-show for hours and hours. Feds didn't come out. The Antifa moms finally arrived around midnight to reinforce their numbers. They marched in from another rally. This is truly dark theater on the streets of Portland. Footage galore of the proud and brave moms standing up for arson and violent rioting. Tons of footage and pictures as they defy America's return to rule of law. Fight the power! 3 hours later, the feds are AWOL. This event has a peculiar dynamic. Antifa's morale builds off confrontation. Hit them and they're thrilled. It's the entire point of these dark charades, to force the feds to oppress them. Well, what happens when the feds won't cooperate? Most of the Antifa moms and a good portion of the support teams fade. Boring. Where are they? Antifa flower guy is being stood up. He's got a nice photo app all ready to go, right out of a 60s playbook, but it's looking like his federal dates have stood him up. 3:30 a.m. arrives. Desperate to have their battle, Antifa goes all out. First, they launch fireworks at the building from two sides at once. Nothing. Okay, let's set some fires. That usually works, and the pavement may now be dry enough. Arsonists go to work. Several fires are successfully set. Hello? Are you in there? Finally, here they come, boys. Get ready. Hey! Hey! That's our illegal fires, you federal law dogs. The feds dutifully hose the perimeter down again as hardcore Antifa scream insults and caterwaul at them. The feds pop tear gas and flashbangs when several objects are thrown at them. Then they go back in. Oh man, get back out here, you fucking cowards. Antifa beat at the fence in pure rage and probable sexual frustration. An audio sample. I cannot be selfish. You got to hear this. Sorry, guys, I don't have audio for you. But okay, all right. It's Antifa screaming at the federal building, saying, "Get the fuck out here, you motherfuckers!" More drama than Shakespeare. Wait, off in the distance, at Check's watch, 3:30 a.m. Here come the feds at last. When all but hardcore Antifa and a gaggle of journalists remain. An Antifa mom does her darndest to be arrested. No joy. The feds ignore her. They push the mob back 1 block from the courthouse, then hold position for about 15 minutes as Antifa unload venomous invective at them. No thrown objects that I saw. One dude does dance his contempt for authority as the feds look bored. Bring back naked Athena. The power of her vagina compels you. Submit to Marxist Gaia, you federal worms. Well, the feds retire after another pointless sortie. All in all, Wednesday night was a bust. For Antifa, I happen to know why they conduct these pointless sorties, pushing the goons back 1 to 2 blocks every night. Things happen elsewhere while the Marxists cheerily spar with agents on the street. Ho, ho, he, he. Imagine this park at 3:30 a.m. Do terrorists carry all their gear, weapons, devices with them? Nope. Why, if you had eyes on them throughout the day, you might know exactly where they had placed incriminating evidence. No search and seizure. Hey man, who stole my uh never mind. Hashtag fingerprints. Since the situation is stabilizing, we've entered the most dangerous period of this entire fiasco. To keep the pressure on, to win their PR war, the left needs violence and chaos. They need to goad the feds into killing Antifa. They cannot allow stability to set in. The good news is that the federal team knows this too. I hope they've prepared adequately for what's coming. I think they have. Antifa isn't going to be able to provoke their necessary murder from the feds, so I predict that they'll set up some kind of thing where their own to be killed, like in Gaza. Here's what happened in Gaza. The Bakr brothers, 4 Bakr brothers, were murdered by Hamas, who then staged an elaborate operation to blame Israel for their deaths. One of the reasons Thomas Wichter is hated so vehemently by the left is that he exposed all of it, including the fact that the mainstream media knew it was a lie. So this is from thomaswichter.com, timeline of the Hamas Gaza beach operation. I may do an extra video on that one all by itself because it's a truly disgusting story that Thomas Wichter exposed. The previous post lays out exactly how it was done. The left is utterly heartless and demonic. When Wichter spilled the beans, the world didn't care. It had moved on. But the Jew haters attacked in droves. His evidence is compelling. The left has only one playbook. Oh, look, check out the, okay, so Max Blumenthal, notice the Jew haters also happen to be Jews, which is odd. But anyway, Max Blumenthal, creepy Zionist truther, thinks Hamas killed the Bakr boys, okay? Max Blumenthal, the Jew hater. Just, that's a head scratcher, guys. Warren Drugs, Juhadi Wichter is mentally ill. So people went nuts when Wichter exposed the Bakr murders as being a Hamas false flag. It is written in the playbook. The left's playbook is written in misery, suffering, and death from China to the Sahara throughout history. If the feds won't supply their required martyrs, then the dark forces driving all of this will. No one told the Bakr boys what was about to happen to them. They won't tell these guys either. If I know this, the feds, Trump, and Barr know history probably better than me. This next week will be critical. Will Antifa fade, or will we get a shocking incident? Stay tuned.